Hello and welcome to RMTV and welcome back to episode 2 of Final Whistle. Now, I think this episode, we've got a lot to catch up on really. So we're going to start off with what I was thinking about last match, Crewe versus Colchester United, our last home match. Now, obviously I was sat up near the Gresty Road end and I heard a lot of people talking about the defenders, because obviously there's a lot to talk about the defenders at the moment, which I'll move on to in a couple of minutes' time. But obviously we've got our new loan signings in, 2 of them, of Jamie Sterry and Aaron Taylor-Sinclair. We just want to hope to see them two make a start, maybe Tuesday night, or tomorrow night shall I say, because that's when we play Carlisle United. That'd be a great one to watch, even though our form against Carlisle United is not that good. But our form at the moment, excluding last match, it's been alright. To be honest, we have played some good football, but I just want to know where it's going to go against Carlisle United, because it could be a tough one for us really, as we don't know what to expect. But there is some changes in the teams. Well, I hope there's some changes in the teams for the Carlisle match, because there could have been a lot of mistakes happened last match. We all know that. The 1,000 odd fans know there's loads of mistakes happened last match. But I'm not going to go over them as you guys saw it, but I'm going to go over a few which obviously need explaining. But you guys know the explanation why anyway. But we just are going to hope for the defenders, because that's what I'll talk about, is the defenders for the first couple of minutes of this podcast, where we've got Jamie Sterry, who is a right back, and Aaron Taylor-Sinclair is a left back. Now, will Jamie Sterry replace Perry NG soon? Who knows? It'd be nice to see Jamie Sterry make a start for his debut back at Gresty Road, as I think we've sort of missed players in the defence line. And obviously we got rid of Michael Rains in the transfer window, because Michael Rains was in that line and we just didn't really like him in that. Because I saw on my predictions list for tomorrow's match against Carlisle that Rains messed up for us against Carlisle, so I think that's why we are missing players in that defence line. And then obviously I think Pickering is our left back, if I'm not mistaken. If ever Jamie Sterry replaces Perry NG, do you reckon that will ruin our form or not? Because I don't think it will. Because I think Jamie Sterry will make an impact on our defence line. Because obviously Perry's been playing some good football, but if Perry goes on the bench for Sterry, we could see a change, to be honest. We could see a change in that defence line. But with Aaron Taylor-Sinclair, I don't think we've seen him play. Well, we haven't seen him play yet, but he's been put on the defence line. Well, he is a defender, but what I meant to say was he's on the he's been put on the bench with Jamie Sterry. So that's about as close he's going to get to being on the pitch. Hope Crewe do very well with the defence line against Carlisle United, because obviously I want to move on now to the previous match against Macclesfield Town, as we saw a lot of errors in that one. And what I've heard from people about seeing Eddie Nolan, you can hear Eddie Nolan more than George Ray, because Eddie Nolan sort of demands that back line. He controls that back line as well as, I think he does it better than George Ray, because George Ray can do bits, but I don't think he did well against Macclesfield, because what I saw from George Ray, because George Ray made an error with Ben Garrett for Macclesfield's first goal, where George Ray sort of went up for the ball, completely missed it, just let the ball roll past him and Garrett. It wasn't the best, to be honest. I just would have hoped for more for that goal, because obviously Garrett made the 3 mistakes, as we've all been told that it was. But I don't want to. Only the player in that defence line to blame was George Ray for that first goal, but we don't want to be thinking about it all the time. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to go back to Pickering. Pickering is on the left side in defence, because Pickering plays midfielder and defence. So we've got Pickering, Nolan, Ray, Perry, NG on the right side. So if Taylor Sinclair does change for Harry Pickering, that could be a decent one. That could be a shout, because if you have both new defenders on, that could make a whole change to the whole defence line. But here's a question: do we change George Ray captain for Eddie Nolan? Does Eddie Nolan deserve that captain band instead of George Ray? Even though the whole captain armband means to control the whole team, make sure the team stay in formation. But wow, so we played a different formation against Macclesfield. I've only just seen that. So we played 4-3-3. They played 4-4-2, which is a standard formation. So we basically just played 4-3-3, where we had the 4 defenders at the back and then just 3 in front, so you can let everyone run past you. But obviously the players tried to play the best with it, because we played well, and then we lost it with 3 keeper errors. And I want to move on about the keeper in a bit, because I heard people talking about it. But yeah, I'm going to go back to defence, because defence, if Perry NG played well at the weekend, then yeah, he deserves to stay. But if Jamie Sterry gets put on, maybe in the next couple of games, because if he's fighting for his place, that'd be fantastic. Because it'd be nice to see a bit of a change in the team, because all we've seen is Paul Green come back in after his long-term injury, and then I don't think anyone else has been missing. Oh yeah, Sean Miller's been out of the team for quite a while, so I think we're kind of missing Sean Miller. Was Miller on the bench? Miller was on the bench. That's right. So I think we're missing Sean Miller, because that's just my opinion for Crew. If we put Sean Miller up there with Jordan Bowery, even though Jordan Bowery got a fantastic goal right at the end, well, he got our first goal. Jordan Bowery got our first goal. Let me just correct myself. He got our first goal, which was a fantastic goal. How he managed to chip the keeper, that was good. I saw that on the highlights, that he got our first goal. But if you think Jordan Bowery didn't play as well, just after he got his first... Sorry about that, I left my speakers on. Hang on. My bad. Yeah, so if Jordan Bowery played alright against Macclesfield, and then he deserves to stay. But I believe... I don't like that position. I don't like that formation at all. 4-3-3 with Charlie Kirk up there with Chris Porter and Jordan Bowery. I don't like that at all. That formation's just not right for Crew. I don't remember the last time. I don't like Crew playing 4-3-3, because obviously they play all over the place, and you can't really expect that from Crew. Well, you can, you can't, because they do play all over the place when they have the ball and then they go up and lose every position possible, and you get the players running, you get the opposition running past us, and we never stay in formation. So that's the only problem. And the one thing we don't do is boot the ball away. Say like we've got a few minutes left at the end and we're winning. We never boot the ball away. That's going back to last match, Macclesfield, which I wasn't there for, but I saw the highlights. It wasn't the best, because it was 3-3, but we never boot the ball away. So, moving on to... let's move on to tomorrow's game against Carlisle. And then I'll come back to the Macclesfield game, which I want to talk about, which we kind of want to forget, but we just want to move on from it, but I'm going to come back to it in a little bit. So with Carlisle's game, I hope we get a stronger squad for that one, and hopefully Ben Garrett's in. Well, I don't want to say hopefully Ben Garrett's in goal, because there's been a lot of pain for Garrett over the weekend, and I read the news about Dave Artell saying that Ben Garrett has been playing very well for us, and when he plays bad, he doesn't beat himself up about it, which is good for Garrett, that he doesn't beat himself up about playing bad. Which, if I was a keeper, I'd definitely beat myself up about it, because it'd be the worst thing, and you get it coming back on you to show. You got to show the fans what you can actually do and make up for it in the next game. That's what I would do, basically. But Ben Garrett will probably stay in goal, even though a lot of fans want to have Dave Richards in goal instead of Ben Garrett. Because if you have Richards, and then obviously Richards played in the team tonight, which is the 11th of February. He played in the team tonight, and he for the under-23s against Barnsley. They lost 1-0. I don't know what happened, but besides losing 1-0, maybe defence errors again. But we don't want to talk about the under-23s. But yeah, if we play Jamie Sterry over Carlisle and over Perry NG, that'd be a good shout. Give Perry NG a bit of a rest. Put Sterry on instead, because Perry NG has been on form. I'd be glad to make that prediction of Jamie Sterry in defence where Perry NG plays. But if Sterry comes on for Perry NG at some point, maybe like a half-time substitution or a full 90 minutes, that'd be pretty good. Maybe Aaron Taylor-Sinclair. It'd be good if he gets some sort of game time instead of Harry Pickering. Because Pickering and Perry NG, I think the wingers play very well. And don't get me wrong, Nolan plays very well as well. But it's just George Ray, after last match, didn't play very well. That's why I think Nolan should be more the defence commander more than captain. But if you think captain should go to Nolan, let us know in the comments, because I'd love to know who you think the captain's armband should go to, or you think George Ray should keep the captain's armband. But who knows what will happen against Carlisle. I really hope our loan signings get a chance against Carlisle. It'd be decent, because after we got rid of one of our defenders, Michael Rains, because in the transfer window, because Michael Rains, I think I saw it in my predictions list for tomorrow's match that Rains messed up for us against Carlisle. I believe that was in a cup match and then in the league match as well. So I think we messed up there against them. Just gotta hope we can prove it to them again tomorrow. It'd be fantastic if we can prove a point against Carlisle, and like we did against Colchester, how they beat us 6-0, which I believe they beat us 6-0 at their place, and we showed them what we're made of, and we come back and won that match at home. So we definitely proved a point there. Well, proved the 3 points, shall I say? Proved a point to get 3 points. But it'd be good if we can do it again against Carlisle. I'm not sure what our last scoreline was. Yeah, we lost against Carlisle in the FA Cup on the 10th of November last year. That was 1-0. They got that one. Let's have a look at, and then obviously the game. The reason why it's on tomorrow is because the game got postponed due to frozen pitch. Oh wow! So in the FA Cup first round, obviously we got knocked out. In the 90th minute, they scored against us, and I think that was yeah. It says here the midfield chased down slack back pass in the last minute and benefited when keeper Ben Garrett claims rebounded off him and went into the back of the net for the winners. So there's a Ben Garrett error again. Like, so he rebounded off Garrett and he went back in the back of his goal. But we need to prove a point against Carlisle and hope we can gain the point we need. It'll be good to get the point against Carlisle, and hopefully the players have trained well over the weekend, over Sunday and the Monday period. I'm not sure when they train. I think they train on Mondays. So if they prove the point from weekend's game, I just hope we do very well against Carlisle. That's all I'm hoping for. But I'm not going to say my prediction just yet. My prediction will be in the video after this podcast. So moving back to weekend's game against Macclesfield. I think I've already explained it about how George Ray messed up, because he went really close to Garrett and he messed up there. Garrett again messed up. I think obviously he messed up 3 times. I can't remember the other error, but I can remember the other error where the ball hit him and then he somewhat fell back into his goal and gave Macclesfield the goal, because he supposedly got nudged and pushed into his own net as the players shouted for it, and you guys behind the goal saw it. But to me, on highlights, it looked like he fell over in his back of his net. I didn't see a push on Ben Garrett. But it'd be good if Ben Garrett proved himself against Carlisle, and hopefully we don't do stupid mistakes like that, really. So if anything goes wrong over Tuesday, it'll be a bit of a shocking match to watch. But I hope we can prove the point against Carlisle, and hope Ben Garrett and the defence play very well and don't make any errors like over the weekend against Macclesfield. But I wish I was there at Macclesfield so I can point out the errors, or more errors I can ever thought of. But who knows what will happen over tomorrow's game against Carlisle. But yeah, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, how Dave Artell spoke in the media about Ben Garrett, that he never beats himself up about it. He's played well for us in recent games. He's played well for us. He's gained us good sort of results and all that. And I saw he's coming up to his 250th appearance for Crewe, so that's pretty decent for us. Well, for Ben Garrett anyway, to make that remark, or make his mark at the Alex for that match. Oh, and there's another. I've just looked on the Crewe Alex chat Facebook page. I'm not going to talk about the fans, because I don't want it to be bad on my behalf, and I'm pretty sure the other podcast channel will probably talk about it, so I'll let them talk about it, not me. I don't want to talk about it, because I've said it. I said my own thoughts out loud to other fans. I don't want to talk about it. Just hope. I can see that happening against Vale. Not the fighting, but I'm not going to go through it all, because it's a bit of out of subject of this podcast. I might talk about it in another video, but not a podcast. It might be in a different video, just a spare video to the side. But I'm not going to talk about it. It's not right to do, but that's all I'm saying. It's not right to do. It's just bad on the club's behalf, really. So it's all down to people investigating what happened and all that. So yeah, I've said enough now, guys. I think I said quite enough now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. If you did, make sure you drop a like rating, subscribe for more videos like this, and I shall see you tomorrow. No, I won't. I'll see you in a couple of days on the Carlisle match highlights. It'll be up during the week, possibly. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like rating, subscribe for more videos like this, and I shall see you guys soon. Peace.